My name is Christophe Lemaire. I'm a jockey for the last 25 years. Hello. I'm a Frenchman riding in Japan, based in Japan. I started my career as a gentleman rider for 2 years and then became a jockey, a professional jockey when I turned 19. And since then, I'm riding all over the world. Of course, I was based in France in my early career, but moved to Japan nearly 10 years ago. And now I will probably end my career in Japan. It's a combination of opportunity and timing. At that point of my career, I needed a new challenge 10 years ago. I had very good retainment for big owners in France, for the Niarchos family, for the Aga Khan, for Mr. Augustin Normand, also for some Middle East owners. I reached the top, and then you know how it is. To reach the top, it's difficult, but to stay on top, it's even more difficult. And after my contract with the Prince Aga Khan ended, I was really down, and I needed a new challenge, to find a new motivation to ride horses. And at the right time, I had the opportunity to get the full-time license for the GRA, the Japan Racing Association. And because I knew very well Japan, I decided to make the move and to take my family and my TAC to Far East. I was used to go to Japan every winter during the quiet season in Europe. As soon as I won a Group 1 in France, I was eligible to go to Japan for a stint. So as soon as I could, I wanted the Japanese experience. As a big nation of horse racing, it was definitely a big step for me, and I could get more confidence and experience that I brought to Europe to become a successful jockey. So after going for 15 years every winter to Japan, then I decided to spend my whole life in this beautiful country. Actually, it was quite tough and difficult, but when you have the motivation, then you can do it. So nothing is impossible, especially for a Frenchman. I really wanted to get that license. So I studied Japanese for 1 year while I was in France, still riding in France. And then when I reached Japan at the end of the season, I was living in the country and could learn faster. My Japanese is still not perfect, but I can do interviews in Japanese. I understand very well, and living there for 10 years helped me to get better and better. I can speak French, English, Japanese and Spanish. I have to work again on my Spanish because I learned when I was a kid at school, and I was living near Spain, so I could speak well. But after many years, I little bit forget it. So I need to go to Spain again, and after 2 weeks, I'm sure I can have a nice conversation. This culture, big attention to the people, and the respect you have to each other is very important for me. People care about their neighbors, their family. It makes you comfortable when you live in the country. Of course, when you can speak a little bit, it makes easier to have connections with the population and with the people you're working with. But as soon as I went to this country, I felt very comfortable, and the Zen attitude is really in this country. So regarding my personality, I felt very well as soon as I reached the country. Yeah, few things happens because in Japan, horse racing is big. I mean, very big. And because for the last few years, I was very successful with horses like Almond Eye and Equinox. I get famous with horse racing, but also out of horse racing. And I took part of some TV shows and commercials. So, of course, it made me more famous and recognizable. It's quite funny, not annoying at all, because Japanese are always very nice and very polite, and they don't want to disturb you, but on the meantime they are very excited to see you, so to recognize you. So yeah, it always make me laugh, and I always accept it very well when I get recognized. Musume commercial. Musume is the most famous phone game in Japan, and actually the owner became a big owner, horse owner in Japan, and this game became very successful and very famous during COVID because people had to stay home and there was not much activity to do, so people downloaded the game millions of times. So this game became very famous, and with Yutaka Take, we became the ambassador of this game, and the commercial, of course, are quite funny. In my opinion, Japanese people and fans are really fans of the game. You know, not only gambling. Of course, gambling has a big part on people watching the game, but they watch the game for the game. They watch the game for the performances. They watch the game for the beauty of the sport. They watch the game to watch athletes to compete, and also they watch the game because it looks like a game. Like, you know, Japanese are big fans of mangas and video games and all that stuff. Advertisement. So horse racing business in Japan is made on that base. So that's why there are so many fans on the race courses. That's why there are so many fans watching on television. That's why there's so many medias covering horse racing, and all this makes the game big. You know, in Japan, there's not only sushis and sashimis and and stuff like this. There's many type of cuisine, yakitori, soba, shabu shabu, ramen, yakiniku, teppanyaki. So a lot of very good things. And as a Frenchman, you know, cuisine and food is very important. So teppanyaki, I love teppanyaki, you know, the place where the chef cooks in front of you on a hot table and then just serve the plates in front of you. In Japan, the product is very important, and the way they cook, the shape of the plate and everything is very important. The presentation is also very important, and this is the common point with the French cuisine. The presentation and the cooking is very important, even if the taste is very completely different. I do golf. When I arrived in Japan, I was offered to play golf quite often and do some competition with other jockey fellows and trainers and owners. Golf in Japan is kind of a social link, so golf is very important. And because I didn't know how to play golf, everybody was laughing at me, and I couldn't handle it. I couldn't support that love to me. So I decided to take lessons and to improve my game. And now they don't laugh anymore. As an athlete and competitor, I don't like to lose, so now they don't laugh at me anymore. I like to go to islands, whatever it's in Japan or somewhere else, but to be on an island with palm trees, the sound of the sea, sound and vegetation, rainforest, I feel very good and I can refresh myself.
Nice cocktail on the beach?
Of course, of course.
What's your favourite cocktail?
The Mai Tai.